fine. But you stay close to me. I didn't intend for your friends to go missing. I don't want anything to happen to you.
I'm gonna keep a close eye on you.
Hey, Copper, I'll do the community service. How about getting out of here?
I didn't say we trusted you.
Oh, I trust you.
Is this what you lure your students up here for?
I haven't lured anybody up here. I've been trying to keep them away.
If you knew this was dangerous, then why'd you send our friends up here?
Just to let everyone know, I don't condone violence.
You manipulated them to do your dirty work like a coward.
Yeah, what's this mysterious black box that I keep hearing about? The Doomsday Button?
Just tell me what you know about Amber Kalowski and Goodlow Jones.
Did you do some voodoo witch doctor trick to them? 'Cause now they're creepy.
Sid, shut up. Do you even know where we're going? Do you? You better start giving me some answers, old man.
Believe me, I would love to give you some answers. I'd like to tell you the whole thing.
It's now time for the moment you've been waiting your entire career for. Let's get ready to retire! Congratulations, David, on your retirement, and thank you so very much for everything that you have done for me over the years, all the lessons that you have taught me, and the opportunities that you have afforded me. Without you, I don't think I would be where I am today with my teaching career. You have been such an inspiration and such a great leader over the years, and it's been an honor to work with you here in the communication department. I remember first meeting you actually when you were my teacher in the Walt Disney course. And I recall the amount of passion that you brought into that class, and I thought it was so inspiring. And to this day, one of the most interactive and memorable things I've ever experienced in a classroom is when you brought a bunch of instruments for us as the class to play in class to have some fun with as a way of replicating some of the things that were done in the early Walt Disney films. A little bit later, you were also then on the committee for my thesis and helped me to earn my master's degree here at UCCS by approving my thesis during my presentation. A short while later, you were then on the committee for hiring me as a full-time instructor, which was the single greatest thing that's ever happened to me, to become an instructor here at UCCS and a full-time faculty member. I've also had the pleasure of serving with you on other committees once I was hired. And over the course of the entire time that I've been part of our department, you've been such an amazing leader and have really demonstrated what it means and what it should mean to be a hardworking communication instructor in our department. So there are many things that I look up for you for, and I respect you because of. Your hard work ethic has been something that really should epitomize what we all should strive for in terms of what we do here in our department and across our entire campus. You have served as such an amazing chair of our entire department, and it has been such an honor to get to work with you over the years in those various roles. I wish you nothing but the best in your retirement years, and congratulations to you. I have so much profound respect for the things that you have done and the things that I know you'll continue to do. You've really set an example here in our department and surely across many other parts of UCCS. So thank you once again for everything that you have done over the years. I honestly can't thank you enough, but here in this video is my attempt to tell you how grateful I am for everything that you have done. So best of luck with everything coming forward. Enjoy your retirement years. And once again, thank you so much for everything, David. Congratulations on a well-deserved, hard-earned retirement.
David, I can't believe that this is a happy retirement video. I remember the very first time I met you when, in fact, you drove from California for an interview with the department. I want to congratulate both you and Jody on wonderful, wonderful contributions to UCCS. and to friendship over all of these years. But importantly, I so value the excellence and caring you have brought to so many students. I know those grandchildren and your daughter and son-in-law are a tremendous call to another state. But the value that you have brought to young people for so many years, well, that is a legacy that will last into the future. I am so happy to be your friend, your colleague, and have worked with you on so many projects over all of these years. Thank you and best wishes.
Greetings, David. So you're just about to leave us. I can't believe it. We've done so much time traveling together over the last however many years, and it's been a good journey. When I think about those early days of the department and trying to hire new people, several memories stand out very clearly. One was picking up Don Morley at the Colorado Springs airport after he had flown from Stapleton to Colorado Springs on Rocky Mountain Airways, which at the time was about the only way to get to Colorado Springs other than by car. He was slightly green. He was a little nervous, but we ended up hiring him. I remember having some early candidates in the film and television areas, including one candidate that I had to pick up at the Colorado Springs airport, whose name happened to be Warren Peace. And we actually missed each other in the airport, and I went to have him paged and was chastised for being so silly about things. But that really was his name. We didn't hire him. And then there was you. And actually, you came to us. You packed up your family and your car, and you headed this direction because Colorado was where you wanted to be. A young, vibrant campus with opportunities and a good place for a family to be. And so there you were. We were looking for you, but actually you found us. And I have to say that it was very fortunate that that happened. And I'm very glad that we made the right decision. As you leave us now, of course, the department will continue to grow and change and evolve. But you have made an indelible impression on the department and on all of us. Thank you for being such a good friend and mentor and colleague, and on and on. I wish you well, David.
A little communication department history related particularly to David Nelson. Approximately, I think it was 2008, Michael Hackman, who had been both chair and director of graduate studies in the communication department, came to me and said, "Hey, Sherry, would you be the graduate director? I am really over it about doing all this." And at the same time, he also invited David Nelson to be the chair of the department. Do the math. That would make it like 14 years or so. I may be a little bit off. I'm Sherry Morielli, professor of communication in the communication department. And so I think I'm well positioned to tell you about what I think over those 14 or so years, David Nelson did really well. What were his strengths for all of us? David was particularly committed to the communication department, but also to the discipline of communication, both the media side and the human communication side. He worked so hard for that. He was always ready to do what we used to call go to the mats for somebody, that he would go to the mats to get money for us, help us in any way. Profound commitment. He also, by the way, was particularly supportive of us individually. If I went to the office and I had a little bit of problem, something I was concerned about, I would go and see David. No matter what he was doing, and he was busy all the time, I would walk in, he'd say, "Oh, sit down, what's up?" And give me the support or the counsel or the money even, or the offload, whatever it was. He'd be like, "We can make this work." Now, I mentioned about he was there all the time. The third good thing about David is that he was amazingly hardworking. Some of us will float into the office a little bit and float out and be there when we're teaching or whatever, or for meetings. But I was always certain that if I went to the office, this was pre-pandemic, of course, if I went by the office and I walked around the corner and down here to David's office, that he would be there. He would be there hard at work on some aspect of the communication department business. Sounds like a great guy? Yep, okay. There's one good thing those virtues point to about David that actually is his fatal flaw as the chair. You all know about like search committees. Search committees, candidate comes in and you take the candidate out for dinner one night. We always went to David's favorite restaurant, which is Carrabba's. He says, "This is the world's best Italian restaurant." I cook Italian food. That is not great Italian food. Don't burst his bubble, but it is not. In any case, David's service, his commitment to the discipline, to our department, has been profound. Thank you, David, for all you have done, and have an absolutely wonderful life with your 2 new grandchildren and your new life as you're moving on.
Congratulations, Dave, and thanks for hiring me. Trust me, you won't regret it. Enjoy your retirement.
Hey, David, congratulations. Gonna miss you. It's been too short, but I'm so happy for you and what's gonna be ahead of you. I know you're gonna make a lot of fun memories up there in Nebraska with those grandbabies. We're going to be ringing your ear off, I'm sure, in the next couple years, but we'll try to be kind as well. Just want to say thank you because it was that phone call from you that just changed my life immensely about 12 years ago when you reached out and said, "Hey, heard you were interested in teaching." I had already had the chance to work with you a little bit, but never realized it was going to grow to this much, and just really how much it's changed my life, being able to come into education, and I'm grateful for the direction and mentorship that you've given me. I'm going to miss those conversations about Star Trek and our years working in Los Angeles, and think fondly of this help, guidance, direction, and mentorship that you've given me over the years. Thank you, and take care.
I was thrilled when Angie called me and asked me to say a few words about my relationship with David Nelson. I had no idea she knew how David had been so influential in my life. Growing up in the 60s, I couldn't wait for Thursdays when I would get to see Ozzie and Harriet and their 2 sons, David and Ricky, and the high school hijinks they had. And later in life, in the late 80s, I was able to work with David Nelson, and it was the thrill of my lifetime.
Not that David Nelson. The David Nelson at the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs.
There's a David Nelson, Colorado Springs.
Yes.
Let me call Angie and figure out what the heck she wants. Let's make a cut right there. Thrilled when Angie called me and asked me to say a few words about David Nelson and my relationship with him. We've worked together both in and outside the classroom, And he's always the same guy. He's always at 100%. He's always in a good mood. I've enjoyed every moment we've worked together. And besides working together, we've formed this great friendship. And it's probably one of the things I'm going to miss the most about David moving to Nebraska. So in closing, David, thank you for being a friend.
I received your email late yesterday and haven't been able to locate any images of David on my computer. Sorry. I next went to Nice Things to Say and can recall only a single story about the first time we went to a professional conference in Las Vegas. David spent the bulk of his travel allowance on a rental car. It was a sprawling sedan, a gangster lean, and as we pulled slowly away from the airport, he adjusts his seat low and begins rummaging through his attaché case. Producing a tape, he punches in Sinatra at the Sands. So we dine like kings in Old Town Vegas when it starts raining, a pounding cold desert storm. So we shelter in a black building, bumping and thumping to a pounding beat. Turns out to be a lounge where people, mostly women, are removing their clothes. Well, of course, everyone's clothes are wet from the storm. But we decide to sit down and wait for ours to dry on their own. Because the power is out, the proprietors bring us a cold drink and 2 flashlights, one each. We wait patiently for the power to be restored, and I return to my room. David heads out to sing karaoke, and a legend is born.
Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central, Monday morning rain. 15 cars, 15 restless riders, 3 conductors, 25 sets of mail. All along that southbound highway, I got a video up. Train pulls out of Kankakee, rolls along past houses, farms and fields, passing the trains that have no name, graveyards of old men, and the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are you? Oh, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm in that train they call the city of New Orleans. I've been gone 500 miles when the day is done.
Dealing card games with the old man in the club car.
Congratulations, Dave. You and I have sure had memorable and rewarding time here at UCCS. I'm so glad we came here 27 years ago. And now I'm looking forward to our next adventure in Omaha. I love you, Dave.
Congratulations, Dad.
We're so proud of you.
You've been an inspiration to so many, including myself, and we're just so happy for you and can't wait to have you and Mom living close by.
So, does anyone know how to get out of here?
Are we ever going to finish our English assignment?
Oh man, I just realized I left the radio on at the station.